Welcome to the latest version of IEPTracker. For our experienced providers, this tutorial will show you how to navigate the new layout. If you've never used IEPTracker before, this tutorial will provide you with all the information you need to use our system. Let's begin with logging in. If you had a previous IEPTracker account, use the username and password you had on that site. Otherwise, use the username and password provided to you by your case manager. On the top left corner, you will have access to your profile where you can update your password and/or security code. In your Person Info tab, you can update your personal information. Your documents will contain all your personal files. Under your menu, you'll have access to your previous invoices that have already been submitted, and all the links containing your invoice-related documents can be accessed here as well. Your reports will show all previously submitted quarterly and annual reports with their status as they are awaiting approval by your supervisor. Your case list is divided into current, past, and upcoming cases. Before the semester begins, your cases will be in the upcoming cases list. Once the semester has begun, you can access all your cases under current cases. Select the child's name, and you will see an overview of all the child's information with a link to the IEP. Next, in the case documents, you'll have access to all the documents you submit for each child once the document is approved. The Log tab will show you any correspondence or notes related to the child that pertains to you. It'll also include all your previously saved related activity logs. The Assignment tab will show you an overview of all providers working with the child and their contact information so you can coordinate with them. Next, you can see the IEP goals for the child. If you click the plus to expand, you will see all the short-term goals for each long-term goal. Your Schedule tab will show you all your schedules for the child divided by semester. Lastly, the Outside Agency tab will show you a list of all related service mandates from your current IEP. Here you can save which agency is providing the related service as well as the specific provider working with the child. This will be required for you to complete as soon as you get that information. To update the agency and/or related service provider, click the pencil icon, select the agency from the drop-down, enter their phone number and email if you have that information, otherwise enter the provider. If you don't see the provider on the list, click the plus and type in the provider's full name. Once that's complete, save, and your outside provider will have been updated. Back on the left panel, you will have links to your schedule and calendar, which you can also access from the top right corner of your screen. Lastly, Sign Document will contain any documents that you can sign electronically. Once the semester begins, go to your schedule, select your case, and click the red plus to enter your schedule. Here you will see the date range of your assignment during the semester. Click the plus button near any day to add a schedule for that day of the week. Select your start time and the duration of the session. Up on top, you'll see how many minutes you need to schedule and how much has already been scheduled. This will be updated as you enter your schedule for the child. Once your schedule is complete, click Save and Close. Your schedule will still be a draft and can be edited as needed. At the bottom, you'll have buttons to submit if it's all good, edit if you need to make any changes, or delete if you want to start all over again. Once it's ready to submit, click that Submit button. It'll turn orange and can no longer be edited or deleted. You do have the option to unsubmit if you need to make any changes before the schedule is approved by your case manager. When your schedule is approved, your schedule will turn green and it will all appear on your calendar. In your calendar, you'll have all your scheduled sessions. For every scheduled session, you have several options. You can mark the session done, indicating you worked with a child, and save the note later by selecting Edit Goals at a different time. If you just mark it done, your session will be marked partially done. It'll be partially purple. To complete the session, select Edit Goals. Here you'll see how many goals are required for this particular session based on the session length. You could also just click Edit Goals for a session without marking it done, and this will automatically mark the session done for you. Select a goal from the drop-down menu and add the activity using our template. Select the activity. Group size is optional. Select the support used during the session and what the child achieved. If you want, you can add the materials used during the session. If you do choose to add materials, first select a category of materials, then the specific material used during the session. For each of these drop-down menus, if you don't see an item you like, scroll to the bottom and click Other. Here you can type your own text that will be used in the activity. Otherwise, choose one of our options and you will see a preview of your activity at the bottom. This can be edited to your satisfaction. Once it's done, click Accept. Then save the outcome using our template. Select the type of measure and the specific quantity. Save that. Since this session requires 2 goals, we'll need to add another goal by clicking the plus at the top to create a new goal tab and repeating the process of adding a goal. Once you save session notes, your templates will be saved for you and you can access them under previous templates. Here you'll see a list of all your previously used activities that can always be reused without selecting each option from the drop-down menu again. Save it and add the outcome. Save the session note. Once it's done, you will see the session will be completely purple, indicating all requirements have been met. You can reschedule any session by clicking Move Session and adding the specific time, or you can just drag and drop the session box to the specified time. If you need to update location, click Change Location. You'll see here which location is the default location for your session. If you need to break up the session into smaller chunks of time, click Split Session and select the time increments to split your session. It must be increments of 30 minutes. If you didn't see the child that day, you can mark the child absent by clicking Mark Absent and adding the note later. This will be partially marked absent. Once you're ready to save the note, you can edit the absence, or you can just edit the absence initially and save the note. Select who is absent and enter the details. Enter the date the child is expected to be back in school. If it'll be more than 1 day, you have the option of marking all days absent until the child's expected back. This will mark every session scheduled between the first absence and the date the child is expected back as absent. If you save that, it'll ask you to confirm, and those sessions will be marked absent for you. To add makeups, go to your menu, select Session and Makeup. Select the date you did the makeup. Select the child's name from the list. You'll see here how much absent time you have available to make up. Select the amount of time you spent on makeups that day, and select the time you started the makeup session. Select the location or keep the default. You can save it to mark the makeup done and go back later to enter the makeup note, or you can add goals right here. Select the goal from the drop-down, select the activity using a template, and enter the outcome. Save the makeup, and you will see a purple box. Since I only added 1 goal, and this is an hour session, I still need 1 more goal, and it's still just marked partially done. I'll enter the second goal using a template from before, the outcome, and once that's saved, it'll be all purple. Makeups will have an M at the top indicating the date of the absence that was made up. If there are multiple days included in this makeup, since the makeup was longer than any day's absence, you'll see multiple days listed on the top. Any session can be undone by clicking Reset to Schedule. This will unsplit any sessions that were split, move it back to the original time, and put it back to how it initially was scheduled. Or you can just edit the note to remove goals. You can click the X to remove a specific goal or remove all goals to start again with your goals. To add related activity logs, go to your menu and select Related Activity. Select the date and the child's name. You can add additional cases. Select the time that you did this activity and the duration, the amount of time you spent on this particular activity. Select the type of activity and write a short note. Save that. It'll show up in your calendar in green, indicating the type of activity and the child's name. If you click on that, you can always edit, move it, or undo it. Once your monthly paperwork is complete, you can submit your invoice by going to Menu and selecting Invoices. Here you'll see all available invoices for any particular month. It has the child's name, the status is not submitted, service, the month, the billable amount, and a breakdown of your hours. The payable hours for regular sessions and makeups, not payable would include absences and related activities. Select the child's name and go to the next page. Here you'll see any related activity errors. The first error is minimum required time is 121 minutes. The minutes done were 60. In this case, you can double-click reason to type a reason why it wasn't all done, or you can go back and update your related activity logs to complete the required time. Click Next, and you'll see a breakdown of all your sessions and related activities for the month that are being included in your invoice. It's a daily breakdown. On the next page, you'll see previews of the documents, the invoice, the daily session notes, and your related activity logs. Click Certify to submit the invoice, put in your PIN code, click Submit. You will see a message that the invoice was successfully submitted. To print the service form and get manual signatures, click Print Service Form, select the child's name, and a new tab will open with the service form for you to print out and get signatures. Otherwise, click Sign with DocuSign and select the child's name. You'll be taken to a page to confirm your phone number. Once you get the code and confirm it, you'll be redirected to a page where you'll get the form and have the option to sign it. Check the box to agree to use electronic signatures and click Continue. Click every place that says Sign, confirm your signature, go to the next one, and sign each page of your service form. When you're done, click Finish. Signing process is complete. You can view the signed document to download or print it, or close that. If you submitted more than one invoice at a time, you might want to go back to sign and select the next one. Otherwise, close that window and your invoice is complete. You can track your submitted invoice under your menu in My Invoices. Here you'll see all previously submitted invoices for July and August. The status will be updated as the approval process begins, and you will see this D indicating the DocuSign, and you'll have access to all the documents related to your invoice that can be accessed at any time. Once your invoice is submitted, all sessions will be locked for editing, and you'd only be able to edit your sessions if your invoice is sent back to you, in which case you'll have to update it based on the changes requested by your case manager or supervisor, and then resubmit your invoice with new signatures. That will be all for your monthly paperwork. Stay tuned for further tutorials on how to submit your quarterly report and annual report.